You're listening to the Life of Lozo podcast.
We are live here at Life of Lozo.
He is the funniest, smartest, sexiest guy I know.
Lozo is now live.
Yo, on this episode, I sit down and discuss life with my better half. The wife of Lozo joins the show and we talk parenting, Justin Timberlake, and moving to Orlando. Courtney says, oh my God, a lot, and I find out she now wants to podcast every single night. Thank you to our sponsors, Stay Tuned Studios, The Taylor Shop Inc., 03 Productions, The Beat Brigade, Rhyme Designs Clothing, Ronz World Guitars, The Music Experience, Custom Shirts and more, The Art of Kyle Willis, TheMishmash.com, and of course, Jack's Nutrition. Let's go. Yo, Life of Lozo podcast here in beautiful Orlando, Florida now in the Dub G's, as I now call Winter Gardenl, STS Podcast Studio O. That is correct. Officially, you may have heard it a little bit here and there and on social media, but Life of Lozo podcast has now relocated to the town of the mouse and all types of fun stuff. And so, fortunately, in the relocation, had a chance to, repurpose a new place and have a new studio and bring to life all of the things that I want to bring to life and hang up all my cool stuff and set up my turntables and expand STS podcast here into Orlando. So I felt it only necessary that my first official guest in the new studio is none other than my wife, Courtney. And you can catch her at Wife of Lozo on Instagram. That was cute. She came up with that all by herself. At wife_of_Lozo on Instagram, or Safer Beauty and Stella Style, Safer Beauty and Stella Style on Facebook. It's a private group, but if you're into beauty counter stuff and Stella and Dot stuff, that's where you can find her. And also Minutier Pretties on Facebook, which is about tutus and whatnot. So welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Clearly, you've been on the show before on the family vacation episode. Yes. A little bit different, though, in the car, driving back and forth.
It wasn't such a formal setting.
That's correct, yes. This is for real.
Official for real.
It's official for real. It's official for real studio. I mean, not only is it like official for real studio, but then like we got drinks and stuff, like grown adults.
Yes.
We got a little sippy drinks.
We could do this on the regular. Put the girls to bed and just come down here and record our regular conversation.
Right. Just have our own podcast.
This is what we do anyway. It's just so we're recording it tonight.
Right. So in case we hear any screaming of a 2.5 or 1.5-year-old, we may have to edit that out and hop into mommy and daddy mode real quick. But I think they went to bed a little bit later tonight, so I think they'll be all right.
We wore them out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they ran around, had fun, and went crazy. So good time. So, well, before we kind of get kicked into our conversation, a couple big things in the podcast world. Last week, or actually this week, Monday, an article posted about our Hacking Your Leadership show, myself and Chris, and it was featured in Forbes. Dan Schabel was a contributor for Forbes, reached out a handful of weeks ago and wanted to talk about the show and had some questions. And he's done a ton of interviews with a lot of people. And if you go on Forbes, the article, and click on his bio and goes to his website, you can see a lot of people that he's talked to. And it's a pretty cool format. And so, it's one of those things where you get the email, you read it, you're kind of like, this might be kind of cool, but you also, in the world of media, social media, and music, you never know if it's going to actually happen or not. Mm-hmm. So, Chris and I talked about it, spent some time discussing the questions, got in some answers. Chris sent him some stuff, and then on Monday it published, and that was pretty damn cool. So I never thought I would read my name in Forbes, but hey, I'll take it.
I know. I had a super, super proud wifey moment.
Yeah, right?
Not that those are rare, but
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
Cool. So, other than that, obviously we had Thanksgiving last week, and so it was kind of crazy around the holidays, and still unpacking and still getting stuff going here in Orlando, but happy to be here and happy to get this thing going. And I think after this season here, I want to get into next year in 2018 and I think maybe move the show to twice a week and add some more content now that it's so much easier to just step into the studio here and get stuff done. Mm-hmm. So looking forward to that. But how's the move been so far for you?
Honestly, it's I was expecting a lot higher stress level. Everyone that we're surrounded by that's like, oh my gosh, you guys are moving, such a stressful time. And I think obviously we have a 1 and a 2.5-year-old. So I'm sure I was fully expecting like meltdowns every couple hours and, boxes everywhere for months and months, but we've made a pretty good dent. My mom was here helping us out and we took some breaks to have some fun time. So yeah, we've hit the parks too. A little break from unpacking, so that's always nice.
Yep.
I think I've like mentally officially put like house unpacking on hold because it's the holidays now. So I'm like, well, no, like why would we unpack like dishes and like books that I probably haven't read in 3 years? Like, no, we need to unpack like lights and ornaments and garland. Priorities.
Yeah, absolutely. Decorations.
Yeah.
Yep, it's holidays.
Yeah, which having kids, as you know, is very makes it a lot more magical.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's good. So I've enjoyed it so far. The parks have been cool, and being able to go up there for Thanksgiving for a couple of hours, and let the girls kind of run around and play. It's been a good time. So I've enjoyed it so far.
I know. We should consider that as a tradition, maybe.
Yeah, like go every Thanksgiving.
Every Thanksgiving.
Interesting.
Maybe not Magic Kingdom, but I mean, as the girls get older, we can say like, okay, Thanksgiving, like what park are we gonna hit?
Yeah.
And they can decide. But I think it was a good time. It was a nice intro to the holiday season too, because Disney doesn't ever downplay those things.
No. Yeah.
They do it up big. So
Yeah.
what
absolutely.
better way to kind of welcome in
Exactly.
everything? And we really chose of that like holiday weekend, I would say we chose the optimum day to go because I was checking like crowd. There's a lot of like Disney blogs and travel blogs that have like crowd levels and even like some private Facebook groups and stuff like that for pass holders, and the crowds for Black Friday and the weekend were just like off the charts. And so Thursday, and I think we lucked out with the weather too. That of course always helps.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was nice. So if it's like that every year, we should totes make it a tradition.
That'd be cool. I think it'd be a good idea. I think what was nice about it was we went for like 3.5 hours. Mm-hmm. Like got there, got in, went out and checked out some stuff, and then got out and came home. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is kind of cool.
And we had honey baked ham waiting for us. As much as I love Thanksgiving dinner and making it was kind of nice that I didn't have to like really cook or anything.
Exactly. Absolutely. No, it's fantastic. So no, I enjoy it. I think it's that's a cool part of being somewhere new and stuff, and having kids is you get to kind of establish traditions. So we'll see how that we'll see what happens if there's a trip to Disney where it's a complete meltdown, and then we're like, nah, it ain't happening.
Yeah. Why would you say that? Why would you say the M word? Knock on wood. That doesn't happen. Of all places. Like, yeah, we're at the happiest place on earth, and my 2-year-old is losing her mind.
It happens.
I always just want to like reach out to the parents that I see it happening and just like hug them. Like, it's okay. Mm-hmm. We've all been there.
Right.
You're going to get through this.
Exactly.
It's not your fault.
No, that's so true. What, so for you, just kind of, I know we've talked about it like here and there, but like the best part about being a parent, what have you enjoyed the most about it?
Oh my God.
You only get to pick one thing.
Oh my God. I know. That's like a pressure question. You have to pick one thing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I guess this would be like kind of an all-encompassing answer, but it's completely spontaneous. Everything, and you are constantly surprised with the developmental stages, and all of a sudden one day, you know, your girls are just saying, you know, things that you're just like, what? You know, like, and comprehending things that, you know, and it's so cliche, but like it really does go so fast, you know, and especially I think with us having our girls so close together, they're 13 months apart. So it's like, you know, like when we brought Gabby home, it was like, oh my gosh, Alora is like a giant baby. You know, to us before we brought Gabby home, Alora was just like this tiny, you know, she was still our baby. And all of a sudden it was like the day that we brought Gabby home, like, oh my gosh, she is officially like a toddler. Like she's a giant baby. Yeah. You know? And so that kind of makes it real. But just watching the development and they keep you on your toes. That's for sure. You know, you're just, I think the spontaneity of it and how it's always something different, always something new. Like you get up every morning and you have a plan, and sometimes on good days, like that plan happens with no glitches and no issues, and sometimes you have a plan and you don't even make it to the shower. So it's it's a good mix.
Yeah.
It makes you adapt.
Yeah.
I would say. Like you don't have an option. Like you adapt or you die. Right. Like you're out. Like you think you can handle this? Like no, you can't handle the truth.
Yeah, it's a lot. What advice do you give? Because I know we've talked about this as well, and like everybody's got an opinion, right? Everybody's got their style of what they think and the whole deal. I think the good thing about social media and the ability of like kind of communication quickly is that, you know, where it used to have to be a phone call at a certain time to try to get a hold of somebody, you know, now within a couple of seconds of a text message thread or a Facebook group, you can literally connect with people that have either gone through exactly what you're going through, you know, at the same time that you are, or just, you know, not too long ago. So like when you think of, you know, advice and support, you know, what's that advice for a new mom? I know we have a couple of new moms here in the neighborhood, right? Like soon to be.
We do, yeah.
You know?
Well, first, along the lines of social media and communications and the Googles, it can be kind of a double-edged sword because you know, you think like, okay, like I need to, you know, research this and, you know me personally, obviously, but like I am totally like a research fiend. Like, you know, it's like, oh my gosh, like she has a spot on her arm. Google, what is that? You know, and I don't know, I'm never afraid to be the mom that's calling the pediatrician, you know, to ask questions, because I would so much rather be the obnoxious mom that's calling about something so small, you know, a low grade fever or whatever, you know, than let it escalate to something else. And, you know, my child's in the ER. Yeah. You know, so I think, I would say as far as social media and the web, just kind of, it is a double-edged sword. While there's like a wealth of information, you know, it's what is that quote? Abe Lincoln.
Yeah. If it's on the internet, it must be true.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
By Abe Lincoln.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, Abe Lincoln said. Yeah. So there. Yeah. Just kind of be okay. Just know. If you go into it with that mindset, then like you're good. Yeah. But then the other thing, I know that I talk to our sister-in-law, Courtney, all the time. You know, we talk about mom stuff and compare notes with the girls and things like that. And even Chris's wife, Shannon. You know, she and I are always, I remember when Laura was born, I was constantly like, she was probably like, oh my gosh, Courtney. But I would, you know, and that's a huge part of it is just communicating with other parents, other moms that have already been there, you know. But I think my number one piece of advice to answer your original question would be to just do what works for you. and your child and your family and your household, you know, because there's always going to be someone that says like, oh, you know, you should breastfeed, or you should, you know, crib train, or you should do this and you should do that. Well, there's a lot of things you should do. Like you should go to the gym every day too, you know, but unless I'm you, like, you know, so you just do what works for you. And, you know, I mean, obviously I am totally biased because we do what works for our family, like, you know, and we seek advice and then take it or leave it. But I think that even people that we know that have had children after our girls were born, I think we've both kind of said like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Like, you know, you're going to get a lot of unsolicited advice, but here's the only thing that we'll tell you, you know, just do whatever works for you. And especially with moms and dads, like I really think that like mom's intuition and like that gut thing is a real thing, and just like listen to it, like, you know, your child. So I think that's probably my number one advice. Am I like totally killing your podcast, turning it into like a mom talk show?
No, you're the guest, right? It's how it works, right? Literally, the way that it works is like whatever guest I have is like we talk about what they're into.
This is my, like, parenting is my life. Like,
I know.
Raising our girls is, you know, is my priority. You know? Absolutely.
No, but that's you know, that's kind of the idea, right? Because I think it's it is an interesting thing, and I think there's a million ways to do it, you know, and I think that you know, over time, the practices evolve and things happen. And I mean, I remember when we would first talk about it with the girls of like, you know, being worried about like they haven't eaten or not. I was like, trust me, like if they're hungry, they'll eat, right? Like it's okay. You know what I mean? Like as long as you're providing them the opportunity to eat, you know, if they choose not to, they choose not to. You know, they're gonna do the thing. You know, if they're, you know, oh my God, they're sleeping for so long. Great, let them sleep. If they're tired, they'll sleep, right? Like it's just all the things that I think in the double-edged sort of social media and the Googles is like everybody has an opinion. Everybody tells you what you should do and how you should do it. But before all of that was around, people just wung it. Like you just like you could, you know what I mean?
That's what you're doing.
I mean, I remember
you can't even. It's not even like you can pull out like Encyclopedia Britannica, like the old-fashioned Googles.
Exactly.
You know? I mean, unlimited topics, I'm sure. But
no. I remember growing up as a kid, like we didn't have seatbelts. You know what I mean? Like we didn't have seatbelts in certain cars. I mean, car seats, what? You know what I mean?
You just rear facing, front facing. What does it matter? Just put them in the car and go.
Just hold the baby, right? Like it. But that was at that time, you know. And so, you know, it's just those things that I appreciate the improvements and the evolution, and you know, trying to be safer and trying to be more consistent and that type of stuff. But I think some things, like you said, like it's just intuition. It's just it doesn't feel like the right thing, you know. Get good advice and take what you will. But yeah, you ask 5 people, you're gonna get 5 different answers. So you know, it's take it and move it forward. So for sure. So when we first started the show, I talked about Safer Beauty and Stella Style, and I talked about Minuti Air Pretties. So let's talk a little bit about kind of like hobbies and, you know, what you're into. But also, like, I've never actually asked this question in our entire relationship. But like, what do you recall, or do you like what got you into kind of like the fashion accessory world and like the passion for like makeup and things like that? Like what was it?
You're totally gonna make me cry.
Oh man, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. It's good podcasting.
No, sorry, not sorry. Actually, a little bit of both. I will tell you that both of my, I would say all 3 of my major hobbies come from my grandmothers, and both of them are no longer with us, as you know. But my passion for fashion definitely came from my mother's mother, mommy's mom. That's what we called her. She was never a grandma to me. She was always mommy's mom. And she was awesome. Like, she was this super social, fiery redhead. She worked at Macy's for as long as I can remember in their wedding registry department. But like, for fun with her, we would just go shopping.
Yeah.
That was like our thing to do. And you know, she would take me shopping, and we would choose outfits and accessories. And she always this is going to sound kind of negative, but she was kind of vain, but in a good way, in that she took very good care of her skin, and her beauty regimen was very on point. And even when she passed, she had gorgeous skin, like, just beautiful. And she was Irish, so she had very light ivory skin and fire red hair. And yeah, so she kind of instilled that in me. And I also, my very first retail job was at a little shop called Close Time that that closed down. And then I moved on to Ann Taylor Loft. And I think that's probably where the fire was fed more fuel, because that was my job, literally putting outfits together and styling women, you know. And it was the best feeling to, you know, go to a dressing room and have someone feel so good about themselves. Like, it was really amazing to know that I was integral in that. So that was something, you know, that was kind of what jump-started all of that. But it started very young with my grandmother. And then the other one that you mentioned, the Minutier Pretties, is totally something that started as a hobby to save money, because I am cheap in some ways. There are some things that I will obviously splurge on, no problem. And there are other things where I'm like, no, I'm not spending, you know, $15 on that, like, or whatever it is. And I finagle a way to do it cheaper. And so that was how that started. And it's a closed group on Facebook, but it's tutus. And I started making tutus for our girls, because when I was looking online to purchase them, the very first one that I made was for Laura's birthday and her cake smash. And I'm like, I'm not going to spend $90 on a tutu that she's going to trash, you know, and we're probably going to throw it away. Like, that's just stupid. Like, I'd rather spend, you know, 15 or 20 and make it myself. And that's what I did. And I just figured it out. And all of those sewing skills are limited, but the rest is self-taught via YouTube. Thank you very much. Gotta love YouTube. And my dad's father, who just was very talented at sewing, and she would make her own clothes. She would make dresses for the little flower girls for weddings in the family, and various other textile projects like that, cross stitch and sewing and knitting and crochet and all of that. She was very, very talented at making those very grandiose projects sometimes. And so, yeah, I never really even tied all that together. But yeah, all of my passions are from my grandmother's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, and it's cool to see, like, the you know, you have so much fun making the tutus and things like that. And then seeing, like, it was cool seeing you make them for our girls, but then, like, seeing other people now use them for their girls is super cool. You know what I mean? I'm still, in full transparency, I'm still on the fence about, like, our girls being Instagram models. I take a little bit of an issue with that.
Okay, no, hold on. I got to call you out on this, because you were the one who was like, I think we should get a Laura an agent. What was she, like 6 months old? And you're like, I think we should get her a modeling agent. And I was like, no, she's like a baby. Just let her be a baby. We'll dress her up for our home shoots and our Christmas cards, whatever.
Yeah, but that's just talking trash. That's just talking trash, right?
Oh, just another day in life of Lozo.
Right, exactly. Right. It's just me talking trash.
I should have known better.
Yeah, right. No, I think it's cute. It's funny. I think it's awesome. I think it's I know that you like to take pictures of the girls and like to dress them up and let them wear cool little stuff. So it's a cool way to kind of do that and also then like support other moms and other small businesses and kind of pay it forward a little bit. And it's cool to see the same thing now, how they're supporting you doing this thing. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really amazing. And there is an amazing connection with these women that have the entrepreneurial mindset, and it's just a very interesting, unique direction that they take it, and for like the little necklace shop that I get all of Alora's stuff from, she was able to leave her full-time job and make these necklaces for little girls, and they're really beautiful, unique pieces. And as you know, our 2.5-year-old is completely obsessed with them. Like some mornings she wakes up and that's the first word out of her mouth is "get dressed" and "necklace."
Yep.
She's certainly my my mini. But yeah, it's really great to have that kind of circle of support. Yeah, for each other. It's great.
Cool. Well, now I'm going to run you through the gauntlet of questions.
Oh, God.
So I kind of figured that it would be silly for me to like ask you questions and act like I don't know you.
Like I'm a stranger.
Right? Yeah, it'd be kind of...
What's your favorite color?
Exactly. It'd be kind of silly, right? So what I wanted to do was do kind of a mashup. So every season I have my cheesy like one-hit wonder 90s song that I pick and choose, and then I make up questions based on that, right? So I'm going to run you through the gauntlet of all 3 seasons of these questions.
Oh my God.
And it's not, it's pretty easy, but we'll kind of see where we go from here, right? So season 1, the song was Things That Make You Go, by CNC Music Factory. So it's HMMM. So the H is favorite holiday. What's your favorite holiday? You can only pick one.
Okay. No. There's more than one.
Okay, you pick one. It's favorite
It's my
holiday.
answer.
What's my question? Holiday, not holidays.
Okay, you only have control of one half of this. The question. So my answer is Christmas, followed shortly by Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Yes. And I know that's completely cheesy, and there's a ton of critics that are just like, oh, Valentine's Day, rah, 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 stupid.
Hallmark holiday.
Yeah. But, I mean, I think I love it because we do it simple, like we don't make reservations at, 5-star restaurants. I think, especially since we've had the girls, we just...
Yes.
We make a nice dinner together at home and exchange cards, and I don't know.
Okay.
Why not? Why not have a day of love?
It's up to you. It's cool. It's your answer.
I know. Thank
I'll
you.
take it.
That's right. And Christmas, because hello. All the decor and season, and, it's really the only time of year in Florida that we get snow, even if it's fake. So I'll take it.
Okay. All right. The first M and things that make you go, is music. So what's your favorite kind of music?
Oh, pop.
Okay.
Pop. Yeah, pop and country probably.
Yeah.
They go hand. Well, modern country really kind of is the same.
But
yeah.
that cheesy 90s pop, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. NSYNC, Britney Spears, all the way. Oh, my gosh. Yes.
Okay. All right. The second M is for meme. What's your favorite meme?
Oh, my God. Probably the little girl with her hands up.
I don't know, girl.
She's like, I don't know.
The one that you send me when I'm like, what did you buy on Amazon today?
Yeah.
You're like,
I don't know. I don't know. Did you buy another makeup palette? I don't know. Probably.
Her hands up with the ponytails on each side. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just applies to so much.
Okay. And then final M is favorite memory.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I can pick just one. I have a lot.
The rule is you have to pick just one.
No. Well, I don't follow rules, so we all know this. Oh man. I would say, and actually, you captured this with a photo, but it was the morning, that before Laura was born, and it was kind of that brief last moment of pre-parenthood. And we're sitting in the hospital room, just kind of quiet, and I think we were both just kind of in anticipation. And she was 8 days late, and I didn't know what to expect with labor, and I think that whole process of bringing this tiny person into the world was very, very memorable. I'm sure that all your listeners that are parents completely can relate, but yeah, certainly that quiet moment where we were kind of talking and having conversation that morning, but it was also, we were all both kind of, I think, reflecting on okay, like this, if it wasn't real up until then, it certainly was in that moment that morning, and driving to the hospital, and that whole morning is very memorable for me. Yeah.
Well, and to give some more context, because you mentioned she was 8 days late, it was the inducing appointment. Mm-hmm. So we knew that if you hadn't had the baby, we were going in on that Monday, and we were gonna get in early, and so it was very much a, all right, we're here.
Yeah, we had to be there at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And just a lot of not knowing what to expect, having a general idea, thank you Googles, but thank you Googles, thank you mom friends, and just kind of that calm before the storm. Yeah. But the good part, the rain that you can go out and safely dance in.
Right. Okay. All right, so that was season 1. Season 2, the song was "Whoomp There It Is" by Tag Team. So it's the WHOOMP. So the W is for what's your favorite weekend activity?
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. You're going to laugh so hard. Uh-huh. My favorite weekend activity is Saturday mornings because I get to sleep in. You get up with the girls and I sleep in. It's great.
Until noon sometimes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But waking up rested, and then we have our breakfast together with the girls, and
or lunch. Whenever you wake up.
Afternoon snack.
Or you wake up and they're already taking naps. Because they've been up for 4 hours.
I wake up and the house is all quiet. Where are the girls? Oh, they're napping. We played and walked the dogs. Yeah, we're done. They're napping. Great. Yeah.
Okay. All right. The H is habit. So what habit do you have that drives people crazy?
Oh my God. I'm kind of crazy about cleanliness in the house. I don't know if it drives people crazy though.
Well, is your question does it drive me crazy? Is that what you're trying to say?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think it drives
then
you
why
crazy.
would it drive people crazy?
I don't know. Probably because it drives myself a little crazy.
Oh,
but it's one of those things that I feel good when it's all done, when the kitchen's all clean and tidy, and I'm oh, nice, okay. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have a good answer for that one.
I
I can't speak for other people.
What
And say like
most
ghost drives
people will
other
tell
people
you,
crazy.
like your emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Oh my god.
It drives me crazy, but in a funny way.
UFC.
UFC. You mean the UFC?
Oh,
Yeah,
is there a
that's what I said.
UFC fight
The
tonight?
UFC.
Yeah.
that drives me a little
That
crazy.
I talk funny.
Yeah.
Do you know? Actually, this falls along those same lines. I don't know if it drives other people crazy, but it kind of drives me a little bit crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those things that I can't really help it, and I do it all the time, especially when we go see your family in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm talking to people with an accent
Mm-hmm.
with an accent that's different from mine,
Mm-hmm.
I start talking like them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like when I worked when I was a server, there was a lady that I worked with, and she was from Arkansas, and I always remember I would come home and you would say, "Oh my gosh, you worked with Gail today, didn't you?" And it was like all of a sudden I would come home and I just had this complete like southern,
Yeah, you were Southern Belle.
deep
Like,
Southern Belle accent. Like, oh my gosh, like I should have had like my apron monogrammed or something. Like super, yeah. And then when we go home to Michigan and I talk with like your mom
Yeah, exactly.
or Courtney, like I pick up on it so much and I start talking like that. And it's, I don't know what it like. I don't know. I'm sure there's some kind of like mental, voice box, brain explanation for it. But it's, I really like, I can't help it. And I'm constantly self-conscious of it because I'm like, oh my gosh, these people probably think that I'm like making fun of them. And I'm not. It's totally, I don't know. I'm probably just jealous that I am like boring and I don't have a cool accent like other people.
Okay. All right. I'll take that. The first O in Womb, there it is opportunity. So have you ever passed on an opportunity that looking back on it, maybe you wish you hadn't passed on that opportunity?
No,
No? Okay.
not that I can think of.
Cool. All right.
I'm pretty proud of the risks that I've taken, actually.
Yeah.
Our relationship being one of them, moving across the country.
Yeah.
Going on a trip to New York City with a guy that I've known over the phone for a few months and his friends that I've never met.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we get down. Okay. The second O for Womb, there it is over. So what fashion trend, song, or meme are you just over?
Fashion trend, song, or meme?
You're just like, I'm over it.
I'm not really over any memes because memes are hilarious. I mean, I don't really know how you can be over one of those. Fashion trend. I don't know.
You like bell-bottom jeans? You like those high-waist jeans? You like yoga pants? You like...
I love me some yoga pants.
yeah, you like... me too.
I don't think I'll ever be over those.
Overalls. What about like makeup stuff? Like makeup, like trends that have happened?
Oh my gosh, all these ridiculous things that people do with their eyebrows.
Okay, there you go. See? Yeah.
Yeah, see that one I can answer. See,
Yeah, that's what I figured. I knew there was something
all
there.
the like makeup, yeah, that stuff's like easy.
Like what do you mean? Like do their
Easy
eyebrows?
peasy.
Like
oh my god, like
delete them and draw them back on, or like
no, that was like 90s.
yeah, like thread them,
Like-
or like what do you mean?
No, I'm talking about like the wavy eyebrow trend, where they actually they fill them in like a wavy pattern, and then the one that I just saw actually earlier this week.
Yeah.
That I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like a brand new trend. And no, we just need to move on from this one. And it was the eyebrows, basically the eyebrow hairs turned into the prongs of a crown and then like bedazzled with the jewels.
Oh my
I
god.
was like, what the hell is this? This is like ridiculous. This is like, no, just no. Mm-mm. Yeah.
Looks like you should be a Hunger Games extra.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Okay.
No. And like the bright lipsticks. I think I never really ever got into that. Like the abnormal,
Yeah.
like the blues and greens and stuff. I just never got into like the loud. I think like a lilac purple was the craziest I went with that. Yeah, I never. Yeah. I will say that I do love the varying hair colors.
Okay.
I'm really enjoying that right now, but certainly not over it.
Okay.
Because people do some really gorgeous things with that. Yeah.
Okay. The M for Whoop There It Is similar to season 1, where I asked you what type of music, but now I want to know what specific musician. So if you had to only pick one musician, who would be your favorite musician?
Justin Timberlake.
Okay. Can't complain.
I know.
Can't complain. I'm a fan.
I know.
Okay.
I
And the
know,
P.
but we both have a little crush on him. It's okay. I won't tell anyone.
Oh, you can tell
Just
the
your
world.
listeners.
His live performance DVDs and what he does on a stage show is simply fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, not only can he sing and
Not
dance
just
and all that
music,
stuff,
yeah.
but just like the overall production and the musicality of it, and it's fantastic.
And for the level of celebrity that he is on a personal level, he's very family involved too. And his wife, like, you know, you see the little video sketches of like couples on the internet, you know, and they'll play ones of him and his wife Jessica, and they're just adorbs. They're totally hashtag goals. They're super cute. So yeah, it's just nice when you see celebrity where it hasn't totally gone to their head, and if it does, it's usually in a comedic way. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And then the P for whom there is passion. So any other passions that drive you or that you enjoy doing that we haven't already spoken about?
I don't really know if I can talk about that on here. I mean, you know. I think I've always had a passion for learning, and not necessarily in a classroom setting, but just in general, you know, constantly learning about, you know, especially now with the girls, you know, parenting, and there's always stuff to learn in that regard, you know, and cooking, as you know, it's come a long, long way from just making eggs and toast for our weekend breakfast. So yeah, I would say just learning and constantly looking to be well-rounded and role model that example for our girls. I think that's something that's really important to me.
Cool. Okay. All right. So that was season 2. So the current season 3, the song this season is "I Wish" by Skilo. So these are a little bit easier because it can pretty quick answers. But the first one is "I wish I could own blank."
Oh my God. I thought you said this was easier.
It is. What do you want? What do you want to own?
What do I want to own?
Yeah. What would you like to purchase? If you have all the money in the world, what would you want to buy?
Oh my God. I want a live-in maid on salary. Yeah. And she also cooks amazing meals, and she's just like an adopted family member. Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds bad though, like slavery. Like I want to buy somebody to come like work for us. If I had all the money in the world, I would
right.
put it towards
Employing somebody.
I would employ someone. Yes.
that you would pay a salary to.
Yes.
To do a good job.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, I would say that.
Okay. All right. I wish I could be in the audience of a private concert by...
John Legend.
Well, we got pretty close to that.
We did. And it was amazing. Can you imagine like a private concert, like an acoustic concert with him?
Yeah, I mean, we were
That would be amazing.
front row in a small place.
Yeah.
And it was him and a piano and small orchestra.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was it. Like it was like four
pretty
people.
limited.
It wasn't even an orchestra. It was like 4 stringed players.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
That was pretty
and him
dope.
on the piano. That was
Yeah.
I would totally, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I wish I lived in blank.
I don't have to wish.
Oh.
I live there.
Womp, womp, womp.
Wah, wah. Yeah. I think I've said to you several times how much I love our new space. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And then final one. I wish people would stop blank.
I wish people would stop judging each other.
Yeah.
And very sincerely mean that. Like
Yeah.
it's really, I don't know. It just makes me, I don't know, everything comes back to our girls and constantly think about like this world that we live in and things that they're going to be surrounded by and challenges that they're going to face growing up and how it's going to be completely different than, you know, what we had. And I feel like that's a huge part of it. I wish that people would practice more tolerance.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's all the questions that I have. So
Did I pass the quiz? Oh my
That's it,
gosh.
yeah.
I was kind of like,
But
man.
well, the funny thing about like questions on a podcast is like there's no wrong answers. It's whatever you want to answer.
It's
to.
whatever I want to answer.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right.
So it makes it easy. But for those that would want to, again, check you out on social media, it's at wife of Lozo, wife_of_Lozo on Instagram. Safer Beauty and Stella Style on Facebook, and Minutier Pretties. And if you can figure out how to spell it, then you'll be able to find her. Otherwise, good luck with that, because it took me 9 million times to figure out how to even say the word, let alone I still can't spell it correctly.
It's French.
It's French. French toast.
It's French.
French toast. Shouts out to Doug and Courtney. It's French toast.
French toast. No, it's
but,
Minutier, like Lumiere in Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast.
That's the trick. It's
Yes.
the same.
How to pronounce it.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's, for those that don't know, the actual definition of the word, it's one of those little fancy clutches with all of women's little secrets and fun stuff in there. So that's what it is. Minutier Pretties.
Rock and roll. All right. Well, thank you for being the first guest here in the new studio.
Hey, thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you for the time. I appreciate it. And we'll wrap this up, and I'll see you in approximately 30 seconds.
Great. I'm going to go tuck myself into bed. I'll see you there shortly.
Exactly. All right. Life of Lozo, y'all. We are out of here.
Bye-bye.
Peace. The Life of Lozo podcast is brought to you by Stay Tuned Studios, STS Podcast, The Taylor Shop Inc., 03 Productions, The Beat Brigade, Rhyme Designs Clothing, Ronz Guitars, The Music Experience, Custom Shirts and More, Local Goods Market, The Art of Kyle Willis, The Josh Saman MMA Foundation, TheMishmash.com, and of course, Jack's Nutrition. If you like the episode, please subscribe, rate us in iTunes, tell a friend, tell your mom, I don't care, call me, tell me it's great, it's awesome. We'll talk to you guys next week. Lozo, we out. Peace.